Alrighty folks, now we're back in the kitchen. You know, somebody's got to do it. We're gonna be all about apples today because it's fall and we're making several desserts. Don't run away. They're all gonna be quick and we're gonna save you all the stirring and prepping time. We're just gonna bake them and look at them right here on my take on Home and Garden. So thanks for stopping by, guys and girls. We have a project going on where I have taken the classic baking apple, the Granny Smith. So we got two big giant Granny Smith apples, sliced them, left the peel on. I put oil in the bottom of this dish, baking dish, a little bit of vegetable oil, all right, and half a cup of brown sugar, and then a cup of applesauce, and put that all in there. Now, this is an upside down apple crumb cake. Okay, now we're gonna take your typical, here's Betty. We got Betty going on. Yellow cake mix, one of my favorites. And this recipe on the box calls for 3 eggs and a half a cup of oil. The oil I already put in. There's just something about breaking eggs, I thought you might want to see that part. So we'll take our whisk, 1 cup of water. Okay guys, here we are. Look at this beautiful yellow cake batter now. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, I can smell it. Now, this, because it's upside down, goes right over the top. This is for you young folks that don't want to cook or bake or think you can or whatever the reason, you know, your lifestyle, it's too busy. We all have said that. While we're waiting, I'll tell you, we're going to talk apples a little bit and make it fun. You know the shortbread video. We made shortbreads and I've made them up here and they're going in the oven with our upside down apple crumb cake. Alrighty. These aren't hot, but I'll keep the mitts going for the shortbreads. Same recipe, but where it comes to the fruit, we've put in applesauce and raisins, a little cinnamon. If you want to remain regular and good health, ground flaxseed. It gives it a natural nutty flavor. It's so good for you. If you look it up, it's amazing. Now the other thing we're going to do today is turnovers. And I'm having a heck of a time opening this thing. I know you're supposed to hit it, but what happened, it was while I was working, it popped the end off. So we're going to deal with that. Anyway, this is your crescent roll. That's all we're going to use. We're going to get some of that. Doesn't matter what shape they're in. Now what? You got this dough in every shape under the sun. Okay. And we're going to take some, here's the easy part, pre-made apple pie filling. And we're going to put some of that right there. You get a couple on there, huh? And flip it over best you can. Alrighty folks, now we got the jump on our wonderful apple turnovers. I want to put a little cinnamon on top here. Make them extra nice. Now, you know, I didn't say I was a chef or an expert here. I mean, they don't have shapes like this on Mars. Okay, but I know good, and when they're done, they're going to be really good. Especially in this house, you can't keep anything. So, pop in the oven and get a look at our other stuff, and they're all going to bake at the same time for the most part. But we're going to keep checking on them. I got to give you a little teaser. We're doing another video. We're doing a drink video by popular request, and we're going to be looking at this incredible E&J apple brandy. Now I have 3 drinks to make with this. We might do 2, maybe 3, and we're going to be doing that soon. It's going to come out soon. Let's look at it real quick while we're baking, while we're waiting. We're not going to wait all that time. You're not. But everybody knows a red delicious apple. Okay? Back in the 1930s, New Zealand horticulturists and scientists worked on an apple that was a cross between an old-fashioned apple. We really call them an antique now. There's a whole series of antique apples. It was called a Kidd, K-I-D-D, probably from the original breeder. And they're called a Kidd Orange Red. And that was crossed with the Golden Delicious. Okay, so here's your red. Here's your Golden Delicious. We all know that one. That happens to be my favorite. It's all golden, and it'll have that beautiful little pink cheek. These have a flavor, as you know, or not, like an apple and almost a tropical banana taste. They're just out of this world. You can't not have apples for the holidays. That's why we're talking about apples. Now, here is your cross apple. I'll show you a couple of the Golden Delicious and the Kidd Orange Red, developed in New Zealand. And this is what's known today as the Gala, or Gala, depending on where you come from. It's a strawberry shaped. It's almost that color. But you can see the characteristics of a red apple and the Golden Delicious. And okay, why is this interesting? Well, here's a good reason. The Red Delicious dominated the market in the US for 50 years. Okay? No apple was produced more than the Red Delicious in America. Until a couple years ago. The Gala apple is now the #1 produced apple in this country. And the only origin it had was possibly from our Golden Delicious. So, just a cute story, background. And again, the Granny Smith, you can't beat it. It's your typical baking apple. We'll take these, we'll core them, we'll cut them in half, just put them in a pan, little brown sugar and cinnamon, and bake them, and the kids go nuts. You'd think you bought them a new bike. They're that good. Pie apple, classic. I'll guarantee probably, I'm just guessing, but 80% of your frozen fillings and sliced apple and so on, even dried, might be Granny Smith. Real popular. Sometimes they're jacked up. They used to be really cheap because they're bitter, sour, and hard as heck. Who the heck wants one, right? But for baking, they hold their texture, the firmness, and the flavor. And that's the difference. That's why they make a big deal out of them. So that's our story of the apple, and we're getting ready to take our baked goods out. I hope you ate, because your stomach's going to growl on these. Alrighty folks, we're still baking. I've got the turnovers, or apple puffs, cooled down, taken off the tray. Oh my, look at where you're gonna go. Look at this. The smell here in the house after it's just speaking fall, pumpkin, apple, Halloween. Get it over with, Christmas is coming. That's what I say. We're gonna look at a homemade icing drizzle. Half cup confectionery sugar. I put in a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. And you can use vanilla if you like, of course, but that almond gives it a zip and a zing. Now see this change down. Just a teaspoon of water. You wouldn't think that'd be enough to put in your eye, but that's gonna melt this down. Look at this. Just stir it up nice. Make our own icing. I want this to look like the Hotel Cordon Bleu made these. So everybody will go, Dad, where'd you buy those? And behind my back, they're probably saying, well, he didn't make them. You know he didn't make them. Apple sauce raisin nut bread. I did put crushed pecans and walnuts in this. You guys got the recipe from the other video. Check it out. Folks, I just cut the piece of upside down apple cake, and I just cut some slices off the apple sauce raisin nut bread, and we got them on the 3-tier server. And this, I figured, just could not go on a regular plate. The only way I'm gonna feel worthy of all this trouble is if I put it on my Royal Dresden plate from Bavaria. Guys, please try it. You're gonna go crazy over it. It's wonderful. And it's so much to do with the season. Here's where I'm gonna really be bad and chase it down with a little apple brandy. Who cares that winter's coming when you got this? Oh, man. So good. So folks, seriously, thanks for coming by. You know we appreciate it. We hope you learned just one thing maybe today, or to help you smile and get through your day. If that's all it is, that's wonderful for us. Give us a like, a share, a friend, a subscribe, and just, we appreciate everybody that comes by. You know you can follow us on Instagram, and please let us see you soon. We're going to have another video in 2 days, and I am telling you, I can't wait for you to see what we're doing for Halloween. We do not decorate for Halloween, okay? We don't care about it. But we do a little fun film, and it's called Fright Night, right here on My Take on Home and Garden. Mild horror, ultra mild. It'll say it at the beginning, just for those folks that don't want anything to do with it, you know, not even a vision of, but it's very incredibly mild. Some of the old Hollywood tricks and Hitchcock tricks, if you will, I think you're gonna go crazy over it. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.